Welcome to the stage, Mayor of the City of Houston, the Honorable Sylvester Turner.
Your Excellency, respected ministers, Deputy Secretary Turp, President of World Petroleum Council, Mr. Torfiran, elected officials, I believe Congresswoman Sheila Jackson-Lee is here of the 18th Congressional District, CEOs and representatives of the various corporations and groups present today, to all the distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to give you a warm Houston welcome to our city. After rescheduling from last year to today, it is a privilege to be here this morning with such a distinguished group, not just leading the energy industry, but leading the energy industry forward. As mayor of this amazing city, I am excited to host for the 23rd World Petroleum Congress. In fact, so excited that you are here, I started to skip out on the stage this morning. And for Houston and the United States, this is a special Congress, as this is the first time in over 30 years that it takes place in the United States. So let me personally thank you for coming. Since this event was last held in the United States, there have been incredible advancements within the industry and in our country. These advancements will be reflected during the WPC and our U.S. program and special events this week. And it seems like a long time ago that I was in Istanbul accepting the turnover of the WPC from that great city to Houston, and even longer when I was in Bahrain making the final push for Houston to host. And frankly, I think it shows Houston's resilience and can-do spirit that has led us to today. After delaying for a year, managing the energy transition and working through this continuing global health crisis, in Houston, we find a way to make things happen. From its early beginnings to present times, Houston has become the fourth largest city in the United States and one of the premier cities, I believe, in the world. Houston is a city transformed for the better by international trade and global exchanges of expertise. Our city's greatness is built upon its people, its diversity, work ethic, and innovative spirit of those who call Houston their home. And through public and private partnerships, we have built the world's largest medical center, a leading international port, and helped put humanity on the moon with the NASA Johnson Space Center. And quite frankly, all of this probably could not have happened without the strong foundation led by the energy sector. We take pride in being viewed as the energy capital of the world, and we seek now to be a key voice in the discussion on energy transition. Today, Houston is home to more than 4,500 energy-related firms, and where 18 of the 22 Fortune 500 are energy companies with their headquarters right here in Houston. We are the home to major annual conferences such as the Offshore Technology Conference, OTC, CERAWeek, and the North American Prospect Expo. And perhaps most importantly, as the energy capital of the world, Houston and Houston companies are leading the way for the future of the energy industry. We are living up to the theme of this year's Congress. We are working together with our oil and gas corporations, universities, and other partners to develop innovative energy solutions for the future. We have challenged ourselves to not only talk about the energy transition, but to lead the energy evolution. As the energy capital of the world, we have a moral obligation to reduce carbon emissions and tackle climate change head-on. Our Resilient Houston plan, which we announced in February of last year, is underwritten by Shell. Our Climate Action Plan, which we unveiled on Earth Day last year, in large part is underwritten by CenterPoint Utilities and financially supported by British Petroleum. Our plan to construct 50 new Energy 2.0 climate tech companies by 2025 is spearheaded by Greentown Labs Houston and strongly supported by Chevron, Rice University Carbon Hub, the University of Houston Carbon Management Program, and others. Our desire to reach our carbon emission goals, the city fully supports and endorses ExxonMobil and other companies on their use of technology for carbon capture, utilization, battery, and storage, the use of green hydrogen, and the potential plans for commercial and industrial recycling. Earlier this year, the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, recognized Houston for being a national leader in energy-efficient buildings and renewable energy. Houston uses more renewable power than any other city in the United States. And as of July 2020, we power 100% of our city facilities with renewable power, thanks in large part to NRG. As a lifelong Houstonian, I am proud of our history and proud of the innovation, growth, and prosperity the energy industry brings to our community. However, as leaders of the energy industry, I believe it is our responsibility to continue this legacy and develop the innovative technologies and practices needed to build a better world for tomorrow and move the entire energy sector forward. As evidenced by the work being done at Halliburton Labs, the Ion Smart Resilient and City Incubator, and the Greentown Labs Houston. We believe in this city, we believe that we can be the energy capital of the world, that we can lead in energy transition, effectively mitigate climate change, implement resilient strategies, address the needs of vulnerable communities without creating winners or losers. Our strategy is to lead by example. Go big, that's what we do in the city of Houston. And we are here to show that if it can be done in the city of Houston, it frankly can be done anywhere. And so today, this morning, I want to thank you for your time, but I personally want to thank you for taking the moment, the time at this particular moment to come to the city of Houston, where there's a great deal of hesitancy caused by the pandemic. 3-4 years ago, I asked you to come to see our city, didn't know what the future would bring. And today, nearly 5,000 delegates this week will be in the city of Houston for the WPC. On behalf of 2.3 million Houstonians, let me give you a personal thank you for being in our great city. Enjoy it. If you run into somebody that's not treating you right, just remember, they are not from the city of Houston. Thank you so very, very much.